Hi everyone, Sarah Bonsignore from SingPlay Studios just outside Nashville here, and today we are talking about chords. I love chords because songs are made up of chords and you really don't need to know that many chords to be able to play songs and sing along. So we're going to talk chords for just a few moments and then we'll look at the piece. This is called a C major chord or a triad, and we call it a triad because we have a third and a third, which builds the triad, right? So that's a C major chord in root position. C is the root of that chord. Now, if I put that C at the top, it's still a C chord. The notes are still C, E, G, right? We call that first inversion. Now, if I put the E at the top, it's still a C chord, but it's in second inversion. We have C, E, G. So just the same notes as the C chord. And so these inversions, root position, first inversion, second inversion, back to root position, make it easier for us to move from one chord to another so that it's smooth. So watch this. This is a C chord going to an F chord in second inversion. I'll explain it in case your head's about to explode. Here's F, F-A-C. All I did was put my C at the bottom, right? So it's still an F chord, F-A-C, going to a C chord. See how smooth that was? C, F, C, instead of going C, F, C, which sounds a lot jumpier. This sounds smooth and beautiful. And it actually happens in measure 9. Look at measure 9. C, F, C. And you see some letters written above those. So those are called the chord symbols. If all you saw were the chord symbols, you would know to play a C chord, going to an F chord with C in the bass. That's the F/C, going back to the C chord. All right, now the last line, it says G7. So at its simplest form, G7 looks like this. That's a seventh with G in the bass. So if all you played was that, it would still sound pretty good. G, F, all right? But my G triad looks like this, and then I add that, and we have a G7 chord. Your right hand, though, is doing the G at the top, like that. So your right hand's playing these three notes, and your left hand's playing the bass note. It is still a G7 chord, even though we're leaving out that B, which is part of the chord. Still a G7 chord, and then we go to a C triad at the end. All right, so all that to explain these chords, and now we're going to try the piece slowly. I'll do it in both hands because they really don't play at the same time until that last line. So let's just do the last line. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Okay, do it one more time, that last line. Ready, and G7, G7, going to a C. Because we're in the key of C, the C chord is called 1. 1, and the G7 is called 5 or 5/7, going to 1, and that is a little cadence at the end of this piece. It's called a perfect cadence, 5 to 1. All right, we're going to go from the beginning. I'll start with my right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's chord warm-up. Now, just remember, if you practice with the exact fingers that I'm using in the music here, it's going to make your life so much easier going forward when you play more chords in different keys, right? Same patterns, same patterns. Just adding the sharps. So please, if you can, please practice with 1-3-5 when you're in root position, or 5-3-1 in the left hand. And then when you're in second division, 1-3-5 in the right hand, 5-2-1 in the left hand. Okay? Try to practice that. That's it. And then your G7 chord, your fingers don't have to move out of C position. Do you see that? So it keeps it really efficient. Also, if it's too hard to play all the notes the first time, just play the outside notes. Leave out that middle note. And then when you're ready, add the middle note. Okay, I hope you enjoy working on chords as much as I do, and I will see you next time.
Take my hand, let's walk to the garden. We'll find a star to light the evergreen. Gaze upon the world from a distance. Feel the winter fall and start to dream of snow angels and caroling. Hear the voices ring, oh the joy they'll bring. Snow angels.